Good morning. Welcome back to Apron Strings. Well, actually it's almost noon, so I thought I would fix us something fast today. I'm going to use some fish sticks that I get at Costco, and I'll show you the bag here in a minute. They're wonderful. And I just wanted something quick to go with them besides just a salad. So I'm going to make some smothered potatoes, and I've already got them going pretty good, but I thought, ooh, I'll just turn the camera on. Y'all might want to do this one day. So what I did already, I've peeled and sliced the potatoes, but I'm going to show you. But I peeled a big onion and just did it in slices where I have the smiley pieces. And I've got them on the stove and I want them to kind of caramelize. So I'm going to take the camera over where you can see the onions. And once they get like I want them to be, I'm going to toss my potatoes in some garlic olive oil. I bought it at Costco. I told y'all about it here a while back. And then I'm going to season them and lay them on top of the onions and put the lid on and just let them steam and smother down. But some of y'all may not have made smothered potatoes, and it may be a new side dish for you. So let me get a shot with the camera, let y'all see what I'm doing with the onions, and then I'll finish it up and y'all can watch what I'm doing. Here's the onions. Caramelizing, and I want to show y'all the olive oil that I've got in there. See, it's palm. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. I got it at Costco, and see the garlic in the bottom. And I would rather buy it from them already done and know that it's processed right, because with raw garlic there's always a chance of botulism. So I buy mine already made, but it just gives a hint of a garlic flavor, and I love it. And see, I've got the potatoes all cut up in just little circles, about 1/4 of an inch thick. And I'm going to drizzle them with some of the olive oil and season them with a little bit of salt and pepper and any garlic powder and probably a little paprika. Then I'm going to put them in the pan to smother down. Okay, I've got my potatoes in the bowl. Just going to drizzle a little of this olive oil. Didn't come out very fast, so I'm really not putting much in there, I tell you. I just want just enough to where they won't be so dry, and I want to get my stuff to stick to it, my seasoning. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt around. Potatoes take a little more salt, but you can get them too salty too, so go light on the salt. And a little onion powder. This is the granulated onion powder. And even though my olive oil had garlic in it, I'm going to add a little garlic powder to the potatoes. Just toss them to try to cover them the best you can. Okay, you can see my onions caramelized, and some of them got dark, and that's how I like them. And I'm just going to add the potatoes in. Put it on a medium-low, and I'm just going to let them, I'm going to spritz them with a little bit more just plain olive oil. And I will let them cook. I'm going to put them on medium right now. I'm going to let them cook a little bit, then I'll be turning them, and then I want them to just be soft and a little bit brown. The ones on the bottom may be a little bit crunchy. So I'll bring y'all back, and then probably in the end on half of them I'll sprinkle it with cheese. While I've got the potatoes smothering in the skillet, I'm going to come over here in this little enameled cast iron. This one is La Cruche. It works like a skillet. Cast iron on the inside. I'm going to put some more onions on to cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to use some cabbage that I made on the freeze dryer, and the leftover from what I did with all that cabbage I was given. It's all chopped up small, but I'm going to just stir fry it in here with a little bit of butter. I'm going to add some butter and a little bit when these cook down, and I'm going to add some lemon pepper because we're going to have this with fish sticks, so that lemon will go great with and I like it with lemon pepper on it anyway if I didn't have fish sticks. So today y'all will get a 2-for-1 because I'm going to do the cabbage and the potatoes both on this video. Okay, my onions are starting to be a little bit clear and they're browning some. I had my first little yellow squash from my raised beds out back. It was just a little small one, so I'm going to throw that in and let it cook a little bit, and it's going to add a little bit of color, and I'm going to just put it in with my cabbage in this little stir fry, smothered down side dish to go with our fish. Go ahead, I'm going to put in, that's about 2 cups of chopped cabbage. Get my seasoning. I'm going to add some of the granulated onion, about a tablespoon. I'm going to start with a teaspoon of lemon pepper. I may add more later after I get it done and taste of it. But I'm just going to put a heaping teaspoon of lemon pepper. And put about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So that's 1 medium-sized onion, about 2 cups of it was pretty finely chopped cabbage, and then the one little, about a 4-inch yellow squash is what it was. And you don't even have to add that into the equation. I just had it on the counter. You can't do much with one little squash, and I didn't want to batter it and fry it, so I'm just going to stir it into this cabbage. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and I'm not even going to put a whole one because I want a taste of it first. Now I am going to add a little bit of broth, or just liquid, to get the caramelization off, and the flavor will go through everything really well. Cut it down to low. Okay, I'm just going to have this on low and let it cook till the cabbage gets soft. I'm fixing to get my fish sticks in the oven, so I wanted to show you. These are what I get at Costco, and they are the best fish sticks I've ever had in my life. So if you have a Costco, you might want to look for them, and if not, the brand is Trident. You can find it at one of your local supermarkets. The potatoes have kind of browned, and they are soft and good, so I'm going to add a little bit of butter to them. Trying to do it real thin. I just want a little bit of butter flavor drizzled down through them. And what's sizzling in there is the condensation from the lid on the skillet has made it have a little bit of moisture in it, and that's good. I'm going to let this melt for a minute or two, and then I did sprinkle a little bit of dried parsley on the top, and that's the caramelized onions. And I am going to put a little bit of cheese over them. Kind of like a baked potato, but not totally, because I'm not going to put a bunch. Just enough to kind of look pretty and taste a little bit rich and good. Now I'm going to cut my fire off, but I'm going to put this lid back on where the cheese will melt and be all gooey in them. My June oven dinged and told me it's time to go put the fish sticks in. So I have put them on some parchment, and I'm going to get them in the oven, and it's about 15 minutes. Everything should be ready. Okay, y'all, I'm going to add one more thing to my menu today, and I'm going to open up a can of my Fiesta ranch beans that I canned. I'm just going to heat them up. I may put a little bit of bacon grease in them, and I may not. I'm not putting bacon. You know what? I do have some bacon bits. I can add a few bacon bits, and that'll give it that flavor. It won't be quite as greasy. I've about used my bag of bacon bits because my grandson's been here helping us with the yard. And he likes grilled cheese sandwiches, but he likes meat on them. So I just been putting a little bit of bacon bits on it before I grill it. Then he wants you to open it up. Of course, add him some lettuce and tomato to it. Okay, I'm just going to put these on the stove and bring them to a simmer. They'll be ready to go on our plate here in a minute. Okay, the potatoes are done. The cheese has melted on them. I've got my canned ranch beans simmering, and my squash and cabbage are ready to put on the plate as soon as our fish sticks get done. The fish sticks are happily getting browned on the June oven. It says we have about 5.5 minutes. I'll see if they're brown and crispy by then. I flipped the fish sticks over where they'd be brown on both sides. So our fish sticks are done, and I'm fixing to get our plate made. And I'll show y'all that plate where you can wish you was here eating lunch with me and Troy today. Okay, here's our plate. We've got the cabbage with the caramelized onions and a little bit of yellow squash in it. My Fiesta ranch beans that I canned, got the recipe from Sutton Days. I've got the smothered potatoes with the caramelized onions with a little cheese on top, and then our wonderful panko crusted fish sticks that I get at Costco. We're fixing to sit down and have a really good meal. I hope y'all are blessed with some good food today. Okay, friends, I hope y'all have enjoyed being in the kitchen with me while I cook the whole meal today. So now you know, everybody knows how to put fish sticks on parchment and brown them and bake them. But I did the smothered potatoes, and then I showed you my Fiesta ranch beans, and I have a video of that. I haven't looked up the number, but I've canned those for y'all. And then I have the smothered cabbage, and I just cut that one little yellow squash up in it to use it. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend, or had a blessed weekend. I hope you're making good food for your family. I mean, like today, I was hungry. I couldn't think of anything that sounded good, but catfish sounded good. Well, there's nowhere to go get catfish, so there wasn't anywhere to go get anything and even bring it home. So I decided to pull out those fish sticks and make a meal around them. So see, you can take one thing you have in there that's a definite, and then you can turn your thinking cap on and think up something to go with it. The good Lord bless and keep y'all, and I'll see you again on Thursday with a good recipe, if not before.